Man, I was on a live breaking down a fight, and the whole time I had the live on private. But anyway, man, I'm back. What I was basically saying to catch you guys up to speed is this fight is pretty even. Uh, Martinez is fair game, and he made the adjustments. The adjustment was that he kept touching lead hands and letting the guy counter off the touch. So what he did is he made the adjustment and he started throwing lead right hands, and the lead right hands would set up his offense. Meanwhile, the other guy, Martin, was focusing all his offense downstairs. So he would throw the shot up top, get him defensive, and then go downstairs. And he slowed him down drastically. He was starting to slow and slow and slow and slow. But the fight keeps going up and down. Just when Martinez looks like he's out of there, like Arturo Gatti, uh, he looks like he's out of the fight, and then he starts to come back with shots, and he makes the adjustment without his corner telling him to make it. He's a very smart fighter. If this fight goes to the scorecards, I mean, I feel bad for Martin's gonna win. They have it even on the scorecards, but if he goes to the scorecards, everybody knows is Martin's gonna win. He's got home cooking, and he's gonna win this fight. But this is actually an interesting fight, very interesting fight. But they're in the round 8 right now, and like I said, this fight could go either way, but we already know which way it's gonna go. I mean, it's not gonna be a surprise which way this fight's gonna go. But like I said, Martinez made the adjustment and started throwing lead right hands. He stopped touching lead hands with the guy, so the guy couldn't counter him. But he's back to doing it now. We went right back to doing it now. But right there, the knee just touched. Referee missed that. Referee missed that. His knee just touched the ground. He was supposed to come and stop the action. Anyway, he letting the fight. Anytime Martin steps up his offensive output, he does very well. If he could do that consistently for the whole round, he could actually stop Martinez, but he's not going to do it. It's not in his temperament. He's a guy that likes to box, and he's going to throw 1 or 2 or 3 shots at a time and mix it up. But if he feels that sense of danger, he's going to go right back to boxing. He's not a guy that's seeking destroy like Joe Frazier or somebody like that. He likes to box, and that's just his temperament. He's not like, I bet you, I don't know his record, but I bet you the knockouts that he does have on his record were for people mentally submitting. It wasn't like just uh, uh, where he just pressed the guy and just got him out of there flush. Because right now he has a guy in front of him who's game. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's like Arturo Gatti. He looks like he's out of there at some points, and then he just snap out of nowhere and get it right back. And he's making adjustments without his corner telling him to do it. Early in the rounds, he was touching. Every time he touched, Martin would shoot. He touch, he shoot. Now he's starting to do that to Martin. He touch and he shoot at him. And he's a taller guy, and he's going to Martin's body. That's what he should do. That's what he should do. Keep going to his body and set up his right hand. He can knock Martin out, as a matter of fact. Nobody would expect that because he's not going to win on the decision. And his corner should be aware of that. His corner should tell him that he's not going to win no decision. And he should stop throwing his jab for too close because he keeps missing. He's fighting a southpaw. You just can't throw your jab recklessly. Ask Rolly about that. Right there, Martin just leaned in and threw the left and caught him straight in the center because he stands straight up. He doesn't know what to do when a guy bends down in front of him. And it's coming from a different angle. Like I said, it's coming from a southpaw stance. Yeah, Martinez should change range more. There's too much inactivity going on. Like he'll stand in front of the guy and then nothing will be happening. He should change range then. He's a shorter guy. Make the shorter guy work or question his what he's about to do. Make him change his mind about it. And keep going to his body. Look, lead right hand, like I told you. Lead right hand. Throw it again. Throw the lead right hand again. It's right there. Lead right hand. Lead right hand and go to the body. That's all he has to do. Keep throwing the lead right hand and go to the body. He do those 2 things. He could make Martin doubt himself. And that's how you get knockouts. You make a fighter start questioning himself. But this fight shouldn't even be going this long, to be all the way honest with you. Martin should have got this guy there earlier, but he just boxes too much. I know that didn't sound like a real thing, but some fighters could just box too much. You got to have a perfect balance of boxing and fight. You just can't be boxing the whole time. Temperament. Sometimes you got to go close the show. Sometimes fighters aren't going to let you just sit back and box. They're going to make you fight. Case in point is Derek Chisora. He's one of those fighters. He's not gonna sit back and just box Derek Chisora. No, he's gonna make you fight. He's gonna force you to fight like he did Usyk. Usyk is a prime example. Everybody talk about how great footwork he has, how great a boxer he is. But when he fought Derek Chisora, he was uncomfortable because Chisora made him fight. You have to know how to fight. You know, boxing is bigger than just X's and O's. There's will involved. You know, it's a lot of different tangibles that are involved in the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? Sometimes people make it over complex, but it's real simple things that you have to know in the sport of boxing. All right, Derek James told him to pick the pace up. He sees what I'm seeing. All he has to do is pick the pace up. Both fighters, if Martin picks the pace up and lets his hands go, he could potentially stop Martinez. If Martinez throws the right hand and starts working the body inside, he could potentially stop Martin. This fight could go either way. It's going to come down to, like I said, will. Who wants it more? The skill is pretty even. Both of them are making small adjustments to each other's adjustments. Only thing that Martinez is doing is throwing his punches from too close and too wide, too fat. Like he leaves space to get countered, and I don't like that. He leaves space, somebody gonna fill that space with a punch. He should be very careful with that. Whenever, Antron, you watching the fight? Yeah, the skill's pretty even, Antron. The skills are pretty even, but the guy with the Martin is just slightly better because he's more patient and he's more calmer. But the other guy makes adjustments. He makes the adjustments that he needs to make. Martinez can't keep leaning in whenever he throws his shots. All he got to do is take a backward step, like right there, and throw the right hand, and he'll land it. Just throw the right hand. He ain't got to throw nothing else. The right hand is landing because of the shorter guys coming to him. He has to come to him to make the fight. Right there, he almost got caught with a left uppercut. When you fighting a southpaw Antron, it's different than fighting somebody who's right-handed because of the foot. They got different lead foots, so that the punches are coming at different angles. If you notice, Antron, the shorter guy, he leans back and he tries to counter the other guy's jab with his jab. He tries to catch him reaching in. But Martin's slowing down. He'll slow down and look like he's gone, and then all of a sudden he'll come with energy out of nowhere. I don't know his record, but I'm assuming that he hasn't lost or he doesn't have many losses. But he's backing up to the ropes now and shutting up. That's a sign of a defeated fighter. He can't keep the pressure off of him. If Martin steps up his punch output, he'll stop him. See, look, he ready to be stopped. He ready to go. He ready to go. He quit. He quit. That wasn't no solid knockdown. He quit. He ready to go. I don't know if he's looking for a breather or if he just gave up hope that he could win, but the fight's almost over. I don't know why. I don't know what that was about. Did he hurt him with a body shot? He's ready to quit. He's ready to quit. Those body shots that he made, he invested early in the fight. They're taking their toll right now. His trainer's telling me he only got one round left. He's trying to tell him he got one round. Let me see if it was a specific fight that hurt, punch that hurt him. Yeah, it was a short right hook he didn't see. The first punch was a left hand, but it was a right hook that he didn't see. We talking boxing here? I'm always talking boxing, man. What are you talking about? Boxing fan? Yeah, yeah, he caught him with a short right hook that he didn't see. It was out of his field of vision. It looked like he's recovered. Let's see though. Once you doubt yourself in the ring, you don't go back to being confident. And vice versa. Once you're confident in the ring, you don't go back to doubting yourself. But He went out there without his mouthpiece. That's crazy. Was he gonna bite him? Yeah, he's ready to go. He's not even throwing punches anymore. He doesn't want to win. He's gonna get stopped. Yeah, he's out. He's out of there. The referee waved it off. The fight's over. He stopped. He stopped him. He's arguing with the ref like as if he wanted to go, but he didn't want to go. He quit. He quit. Like we all seen it. He put his hands up and didn't throw punches, so the referee would stop the fight. But it's over. It's over. I thought the fight would end in the seventh round, but he made a good account of himself. But he ultimately ended up quitting. He ultimately ended up doing what everybody, living up to what his role is what everybody thought he would do. Everybody knew going into this fight that he was the underdog, and they thought Martin would roll right over him, but he didn't believe it. It took some convincing, but he was convinced. He was convinced. As the fight went down the stretch, he slowly started to evaporate in front of people's eyes. And he fought hard, but after Martin was able to withstand his hard fighting back, he just lost hope. And he caught him with that short shot, and he just quit. He just quit. He didn't see any path to victory. He didn't think. And the crazy part about it is the fight was close. The fight was really close. It could have went. It could have went either way. It could have went any way. I told you, look, it was a short right hook that started everything. He didn't see the punch. He didn't see the punch, so he didn't have time to brace for it. And those are the ones that knock you out, the ones you don't see. And then he just mentally submitted. Like them shots, yeah, them body shots didn't even have nothing on him. He was ready to quit. He didn't even throw one punch back. He just laid down. Yeah, he just laid down. The referees always tell you that you got to throw punches. You got to throw punches. You got to throw punches if you want. Boxing fan, what are you talking about? Yeah, I'm here, man. Can you not hear me or something? But yeah, what was that? Yeah, he mentally submitted tonight, but he did make a good count of himself. That just goes to show you, it's like when Ali fought George Foreman, Ali would make a lot of his opponents believe they didn't have a chance, and that's what he did. He fought hard, threw everything he had, and the guy was still coming forward. The guy was still boxing. He didn't see the effects of his punches because he's not a professional, so he quit. Yo, salute. I was wondering why you ain't responding. I wanted to talk the heavyweight showdown. Can you not hear me or something? Can y'all not hear me? Boxing fan, put a number one in the comment section if you can hear me. Y'all can't hear me? Antron, put a number one if you can hear me in the comment section. Okay, so you can't hear me. Oh, you say you can hear me, just want me to talk about the heavyweight fight? I only watched the highlights, man. I missed that fight. I have a box that only shows the fight once. And once the fight is over, I don't get to see it again. So I'll probably have to find it on the YouTube or something. But yeah, I got a box where I get all the fight channels for free. But yeah, I mean, I don't even have to watch the fight to tell you how the fight went, bro. Derek Chisora fought like Derek Chisora, like nothing else. Like the highlights I did watch, I'm not gonna lie, he slowed down a lot. Like the wars that he's been in is taking his toll, but he still had enough to beat Pulev, and the reason why is because Pulev has took damage too. Pulev has took both of them have deteriorated, but Pulev's style depended so much on Pulev's style depended so much on timing when they fought the first time, timing them, tying them up, et cetera, et cetera. So he suffered more from the deterioration than Derek Chisora. Yeah, this guy Martin, he's an okay fighter, man. He he's all right. I mean, I think he's a little bit hyped, but he's all right. He's a pretty decent fighter. He's not all that. I mean, I'm not ready to drink the promotional Kool-Aid on Martin. He had a guy in front of him that he could have got out earlier, in my opinion. He should have never made it to that round. He's calling out Haney and those guys. I don't think. You think after this performance, you're right there with him? Jim Gray doubts. Why you got to sit with your team if you're ready? That's what I don't understand. Chisora, why was he rocked not even once in the first Parker fight yet? In the second, he was hanging on for dear life to show his heart. I don't get what you're saying, boxing fan. Are you saying that? You're saying why wasn't he rocked in the first fight with Parker, but in the second fight he was rocked? That's because people make out of the ring adjustments. And once you fight a fighter once, you learn their style. That's why Klitschko used to spar a lot of young heavyweights. He would spar a lot of young heavyweights, hit their style, and then try to beat them in real life, like he did Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. Because you get used to fighting that fighter, it's not new anymore. That's why. If you go throughout the history, Manny Pacquiao, Tim Bradley, uh, a bunch of different fighters, they get used to your style. Marquez got used to Manny Pacquiao's style. Manny Pacquiao was walking through fighters, but Marquez gave him a lot of trouble because Marquez knew his style. He made out of ring adjustments. I mean, that's the best way I could sum that up. You thought Parker was on that good stuff? He might have been. I think Parker probably is taking something too. I don't think Parker's ever really been that guy. I think Joe. I don't think he believes it either. I think he understands what he is. He's a guy that just boxes and wants to make money. He didn't show that urgency in the fight with Dylan White. Dylan White was knocking him down and bullying him. Dylan White's a real fighter. He knows how to fight. Derek Chisora is a fighter. He knows how to fight. You know, when the X's and O's break down, you got to fight. Those guys you get in the ring, they just know how to fight sometimes. They just it's all out war just breaks out in the middle of the ring in their fights. Even in the fight with Anthony Joshua, they're hitting each other in the back of the head. But yeah, he might have been on something, but I don't think that had to do with Chisora getting. I think he was just used to his style, made the adjustments, and he probably did take something, but I don't think that had anything to do with the outcome. I think Derek Chisora is a person that takes a lot of punishment, and he's taking it from the biggest punchers in any division, the heavyweights. And it don't matter how tough you are. Eventually, I mean, everybody has their point. You know, some people have a higher tolerance to alcohol, but I mean, everybody got their limit, and I think he's up to his limit in punches. Like when I watched the highlights today, he was sluggish, man. Like not from fatigue, he just sluggish. Like he's taking too much punishment. Like what people don't understand, what the young fighters don't understand is even if you go in there and knock a guy out in the first round, you still sparred up until that point, abusing your body. You know what I mean? Like you got to take care of your body, and I learned that from Bernard Hopkins. You gotta be good in and out the ring, or you're gonna suffer. Joe Frazier had a drinking problem. I don't know if anybody's aware of that. Joe Frazier had a drinking problem, and it showed in his career. Joe Frazier looked washed up at a young age, and also Joe Frazier had a style where he was accepting a lot of punishment. So those styles normally don't last long. The key to the Chisora's longevity is he keeps his chin down. He has good head position. Keeps his chin glued to his chest, and he's always low. That's why he's lasted so long in the sport. But he has a very exciting style. George Foreman took good care of his stuff. The fight is on Showtime, Antron. It's on Showtime Sports. Foreman took good care of his stuff. Uh, Foreman is a bad example to use, bro. Only because Foreman ate burgers and ice cream, et cetera, et cetera. He did work very hard, but Foreman mostly used his brain and his power. You know, power is the last thing to go. So he just relied heavy on his power. His power, his diet wasn't as great. So I don't. He wasn't disciplined in that area. But as far as in the ring, he was really calm. That's why he did so good the second time around because he was really really calm and he set up his power. He just wasn't going out there just throwing bombs. He learned from the Ali fight. You know, it just sadly took him 10 years to learn that lesson, but he learned it. You know, and he got it together. Foreman doubled his income with grills. He definitely did. From what I heard, he made more money off the grills than he did actual boxing, and that's insane. Yeah. So I was young Foreman's diet bad. Um, I'd say this. I don't know specifically if his diet was bad, but I'll say that young Foreman probably ate like old Foreman. He just his metabolism just wasn't as high. So I think he just worked hard. And then when he came back, he just ate what he wanted to, but he just worked really, really hard. I don't think. Well, I know this for a fact. Heavyweights don't have diets. If you go back, I think Rosie Perez was talking about Lennox Lewis and how she seen him the first time meeting him. She said he was at the table and he was eating like a lot of meat, like a lot of meat, and she was surprised because he was a prize fighter, a champion, and a boxer. And she don't know that heavyweights basically get to eat whatever they want to because they don't got to drain down to make weight or nothing crazy. So heavyweights are good as far as diet goes. They get to basically eat whatever they want, and I think the lightest division should learn from that. Heavyweights take the best punches. Also, I think fighters drain when they drain themselves to make weight. They drain water off their brain, so they can't take the shots like they normally would. But yeah, and trying to go to Showtime, go to Showtime Sports if you want to watch the fight. I think this fight perhaps might end in maybe stoppage, maybe late round stoppage with body shots. People have Foreman grills from the is still in here and running. Yeah, those grills are still popular and still high selling. I agree. Why are they showing Errol Spence? Is Errol Spence going to make an announcement after this fight? That would be pretty. That would be pretty good. If Errol Spence got in the ring after the fight and was like, "Yeah, me and Crawford gonna fight in October," that would be epic. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That would be great. You know, this Antron. You know, this fight was in San Antonio. I'm gonna take you to one of the fights, Antron. I'm gonna take you to one of the fights if you ain't barring it to go. Don't mention Errol Spence. His troll fans might come in. I don't care about Spence fans. Those are the most sensitive fans on the guys' green earth. They sit here and still argue with me about him spitting his mouthpiece out, and then they'll argue with me with his talking points. Oh, his mouthpiece don't fit his teeth because he got new teeth, and it's like, well, he did it before the wreck. So there goes that argument. Those people are crazy. Those Spence fans are crazy. They cool though. I mean, I guess they like any other fans. They like Cowboy fans. When people are a fan of you, you can do no wrong in their eyes. Whenever people don't like you, you can do no right in their eyes. It's just whichever side of the coin you flip. They say people who are angry at you are just people you didn't give hugs to. I believe that. Love and hate it in boxing is the same thing because people hated Mayweather, but they still spend money to go to his fights. Their hard-earned money that they gave hours of their life that they're never going to get back. They spent that to see Mayweather lose. So yeah, I mean, fans didn't even go to Mayweather fight. Some fans, so it's a thin line between love and hate. Love is hate. Love is hate. Hate is love confused. That means you didn't give somebody a hug. Nobody cares about Garcia versus Benavidez. The crazy part about it is people are making a big deal out of this fight, but then they'll also say Crawford ain't fight nobody. I digress. Let me not even go down that rabbit hole, the Crawford rabbit hole. I'm ready to see that fight. I think the fight's gonna happen. And like I said, man, if Spence announces it here, man, I'm gonna be so crunk. I'm not even gonna lie to you. If he announces it in the ring, you know what I'm saying, after this the main event or whatever, or backstage, whatever he does it, I'm gonna be, what's up? What's up, right side? Right side, you watching the fight? You watching the fight, right side? Salute, Bub. What's up, Bub? Boxing fan. I guess you Wolverine now, huh? Bub. I ain't heard nobody ever say that. Yeah, I'm watching. Right side. Did you see the guy? Did you see he had a good performance. The guy was like what is it called? What's that guy's name? I was just Arturo Gotti. You remember Arturo Gotti in certain fights, it looked like he was fading and he was gone. And Martinez would just come back out of nowhere. You'd be like, damn. And then he made the adjustment. He stopped touching his lead hand and he started throwing lead right hands. He did good, man. Right side, who you got in this fight? Carlos Castro. Never heard of him. A lot of these fighters, a lot of these, the sport of boxing is too big. A lot of these fighters, I don't even be knowing or be on the undercards. That's another thing where boxing messed up. It was a time where boxing was on free TV and everybody was watching. It was like football. You know, football is able to pump stars out there because they're giving it away for free. You know, even the Super Bowl is free. You know, they make their money off advertisements and investors. But boxing is a whole different ball game, man. The sport is too big for you to know every single person. Like I didn't even hear about Martin until tonight, or before the fight when Errol Spence was bigging him up. Why do fighters drain water weight? Well, they can't control which weight they drain. They just know they just got to hit a number. They just know they got to hit a number on the scale. They're going to get fined, or the fight could potentially be off. Whatever's in the contract. So they don't per se like say let me lose water. But a lot of them wear those plastic suits, and that ain't gonna do nothing but drain water off your body. Matter of fact, if you want to see a prime example, you know a lot of people say weight don't matter, and it doesn't depend on how great your skills is. But a lot of times it does, man. Like Roy Jones versus James Toney. I went back and watched that fight. James Toney looked horrible in that fight, but I think he had lost like 15 pounds before the fight happened. That's why he looked so bad. See, they talking about this guy taking off his pants right now to make weight. One guy is 25, one guy is 28. Brandon Figueroa. Oh, I know Brandon Figueroa. Carlos Castro. All right. I ain't went over no film, so this is gonna be me just breaking down the fight with my eyes, using the eye test. But a lot of times, man, when you watch the history of the sport, there's nothing new that happens under the sun. You can see how the fight's gonna turn out. James Toney even got dropped in the fight 2 times. James Toney has been dropped a bunch, man. He's got dropped a bunch, but um, mostly from southpaws. Just because of the angle, James Toney would be using the shoulder roll from the wrong angle, and he'd be getting touched a lot. I think he got dropped by um, was it Reggie Johnson? Reggie Johnson dropped him. I can't remember. Don't take me at face value on that, but all right. Here we go with Figueroa versus Castro. Who you got, right side? Who you think gonna win that fight? Oh, you got. Oh, I didn't even read that. Let me go back to that comment. You say you got Figueroa winning the fight. Okay. Is he the person that's expected to win? Is he ever got the underdog? Okay, he only got one loss. They got 27 fights, well, 28 fights with 12 KOs. That's telling. That's not good. That right there tells me just with the eye test that he didn't have a lot of power to have that many fights and not have that many KOs. Because a lot of the first fights don't even count because they fight people on their debut. They fight people that's 0-2, 0-7. So to only have 12 knockouts out of that, that's not good. And this guy has 17 KOs, 17 KOs out of 24 fights. So I mean, just using the eye test, I mean, this fight looks like a mismatch. But we'll see. Upsets do happen in the sport of boxing. We shall see. We'll see. All right, let's get the action started. Damn, I can't believe I missed this fight. I didn't know this fight was in San Antonio, man. I could have went to the fight. I love going to fights live. I like looking at it from that point of view than on TV. Even though it costs you $20 to get some nachos, I still like the arenas. All right, come on, let's get to the action. Yeah, I know Figueroa. All right, let's get it. Figueroa came straight out and threw a jab to the body. Took the center of he did that to take the center of the ring to establish his dominance in the center of the ring. And he got it. He's right in the center of the ring, right where he wants to be. Right where he wants to be. And now he just switched to southpaw. I don't know why. Switch to southpaw and try to land his jab. If a person switches to southpaw and during a fight, if there's any people listening, boxers listening, throw the right hand right away. They're not used to seeing that from that angle, and you could probably knock them out. They're not used to fighting from that angle, especially at an elite level, and they still have nerves from the first round. They have to shook the nerves off. Throw the right hand right away and catch them. I don't know why he's doing that. He has the center of the ring. That's what he wanted. That's what he threw the body shot for. I don't know if he's using that to buy time to get warm. A lot of fighters do that to get warm. Dylan White did it in the Tyson Fury fight. He used that to throw Tyson Fury off because nobody expected it. They thought Tyson Fury would go southpaw, and he did that, and he warmed up. He got his engine warm. To be all the way honest with you, looking at these two guys, Figueroa has more openings to land shots than the other guy. The other guy's more technically solid. He just don't have the power. And like I told you, that was evident with the boxing record. But as far as boxing goes, he doesn't leave as many openings, and he pairs the jab. He pairs the other guy's jab. He's better fundamentally to me. Like if the other guy would throw a right hand, just throw a straight right hand, it would land on Figueroa because of the way he has his hands positioning, and then he keeps switching to southpaw. The right hand is the key to winning this fight for the other guy, for Castro. If Castro would just throw the right hand, he would rock him earlier. I don't think he can knock him out because, like I said, but he can rock him, gain his respect early, and just keep him at a distance that's good for him, and fight at a pace to where he can win the fight. He just threw that right hand, but he dipped before he threw it. Just throw the right hand, just throw it straight. Don't dip and give it away. Just throw it straight as it is. He leaves a gap right there for the right hand to be filled in the space. And then he keeps switching. Everybody know the right hand is the southpaw killer. He keeps switching. I think the announcer just said he's gonna walk right into a punch. He switches to southpaw and then throws the left, only to throw the left hand in the jab. Yeah, I don't. That was a horrible figure round. That was a horrible round for Figueroa. Right, so I don't know if you watch it, man, but that was horrible. I am not impressed. I'm not impressed at all. Let's see the keys of victory. Left hand up, get inside, use the overhand left. Yeah, I think Figueroa is trying to close the space in between. Let's see the keys of victory. Stay off the ropes. Try the uppercuts inside. Land the counter right. Oh, so I did. So he's switching to orthodox. He's not switching to southpaw. He's a natural southpaw. Either way, just throw the right hand. When he switches to orthodox, throw the right hand. Either it's still the same thing. He's not used to fighting from that position. Just throw that punch that when he's uncomfortable in that position. Well, now he's back to orthodox. He can't be a yeah. He got to be an orthodox fighter. Now he switches stance again. They switch stances again. Yeah, I am not impressed with Figueroa at all. If Castro has the better defense. If Castro could just stay disciplined and just throw short shots and lead right hands, he would win the fight just off those, just based off of those things. Right now, he's controlling them in the inside, hitting them with body shots. That guy has a small waist, little bitty body. He keeps switching stances. He hasn't established his offense. He looks horrible to me. Figueroa looks horrible to me. Yeah, I think Figueroa is going to lose this fight. He looks horrible. He's being controlled in the inside. The other guy's able to step off and land hooks, step around him and land hooks. Yeah, he's not doing good. He's not doing good at all. The other guy, oh my goodness. Did you just see that? He caught him with a left hook, step back, uppercut, and then hit him with a body shot. The other guy's a better counter puncher. See, like, yeah, this fight's gonna get worse for Figueroa. This fight's gonna get worse as it goes down the stretch for Figueroa if he keeps taking those body shots. Because the other guy's not a puncher, like I said, just looking at his record, what they said. Because like I told you, I don't know much about either guy. You know, the sport of boxing is too much big. Oh my god, look at those body shots. That little bitty waist ain't gonna be able to stand up. I don't know. I don't know who's expected to win this fight, but if it's Figueroa, it's going to be an upset. It's going to be an upset. He has the right game plan coming in. Keep stepping around him, throwing body shots. Yeah, he. The only time Figueroa has success is when he switches stances before he comes in. But when he just darts in like he's been doing, that's why he's respecting him now. You notice he ain't darting in no more because he's been getting hit with those body shots. He's been getting punished every time he comes in. See, that guy keeps hitting him with a right uppercut. It's deadly too. Ooh, right to the and then to the head. All he has to do is hit him with a right uppercut to the body and then bring it to the head. He knock him out. And like I said, he is not known as a puncher. What's up, Mark Nash? Mark Nash, you watching the fight, man? I smell an upset, bro. That right uppercut to the body is deadly. Yeah, at this pace of the fight, man, if he keeps getting caught with that right uppercut to the body, he's gonna start to deteriorate in front of you. And then he keeps switching stances. It's like he don't got no real game plan. His game plan is just to throw punches and trick him into a war like that, where they just keep throwing shots back and forth, back and forth. That's what it seems like to me. He doesn't have a real game plan. I mean, Bud is a cold fighter. He can do it from both sides of the plate, but he don't even switch that much. He don't switch stances like every exchange because he wants a war. He wants to make it a war. He wants to go in there and do an all-out war. And a couple times his shots grazed the guy, but I'll take a solid body shot over a graze shot any day. If he keeps going to the body, when he does finally catch him, the punch won't have any steam on it because of those body shots that's taking him out of him. The trainer gave him good instructions. He told him just keep boxing. That's what he keep boxing and go to the body. That's all he has to do. The other guy has no game plan. Just stay calm and patient. You might get clipped with a shot, but still just stay calm. See, he's backing up and countering him. They just take a step back. He don't want to take a step back now because he got his back to the ropes. He's trying to get off the ropes. I'm gonna Lazar. See, he just boxing him. He just boxing him and keep catching him with that right uppercut to the body. Oh, you're not watching, Mark? I got a little baby bun on the TV, and I'm listening to you on the phone. Okay, I got you, bro. I got you. Yeah, going in, Mark. Like I was telling everybody, I didn't like. I've heard of Omar Figueroa. I think I've seen the highlights on him, but sport of boxing is too big, man. It ain't on free TV no more. I don't know every fighter, but going in, not being biased, looking at this, if Omar Figueroa, because I'm familiar with the name, is the guy expected to win, this could be an upset. That uppercut to the body is deadly. He catches him leaning with it, lunging with it because he's in the southpaw position, and he'll catch him just bah, just zapping the air out of him. And in the fight that he's looking for, he has to get off those ropes. This is the fight that Figueroa wants. Smart, smart. Oh, they counted that as a knockdown. Wow. So the guy, they counted it as a knockdown too. So the guy Mark was on the ropes, right? Uh, Castro. He was on the ropes and he didn't want that fight, but the guy wouldn't let him off. He was squaring up and just leaning all his body on him. So he fell down. He fell down, but the referee counted it as a knockdown. But he kind of took a knee. He can't fight this type of fight. He better take another knee. He better take another knee. The referee, don't stop this fight. Those punches aren't even landing solid. He's blocking those punches with the gloves, but he has to throw back. With the rules of boxing, he has to throw back. He's waiting for him to tire. He's still moving. I mean, those punches aren't landing solid, but it's actually got exciting now. He threw one uppercut. He's letting him tire down. If Omar doesn't get him out of there in these 2 rounds, he's invested so much punches and with the body shots that he's taken, he's going to get stopped. He's not even punching anymore. He tired himself out. But that was an exciting exchange. I'm not going to lie. But he blocked the majority of those punches. Figueroa's not smart, Antron. He's throwing a ton of punches. A ton of punches. He expended a lot of energy trying to get that guy out of there. And plus, he keeps taking body shots. That's good for what we see right now, but Castillo got knocked down. Castillo was on the ropes, and the guy was throwing a whole bunch of punches, and he couldn't get off the rope, so he kind of like took a seat. He just flopped down. But then he took every second that the referee had, and then he got back up and he gathered himself, and then he came back out, and the guy Figueroa tried to finish him, and he blocked all of those punches, and even landed a short right uppercut in between. He's bending them down. Yeah, he basically took a knee. Basically, he took a knee and took a rest, and then Figueroa threw a ton of punches trying to get him out of there, like a shitload. Like I don't know, I'm not counting, but it got to be at least 20 punches that round trying to get him out of there. And taking that in account with the body shots, he ain't gonna be there for the late rounds. He's not gonna be there for the stretch. It's only round number 4. Look, he's already fatigued. Look at his body language. Antron, you see that? That's why you don't just go in there recklessly throwing 20 punch combinations. Well, not even combinations, consecutive punches. He's fatigued. He's ready to go. You're easier to be knocked out when you're fatigued. Ali didn't brutally knock out George Foreman. He knocked him out just out of pure exhaustion. You're easy to be knocked out when you're exhausted. You're easy to be persuaded because you're already tired. Like Vince Lombardi said, uh, being tired makes a coward out of everybody. See, he getting inside and he's not even punching anymore. I bet you his arms are heavy right now. All Castillo has to do is keep going to the body. Keep throwing that uppercut to the body that was landing earlier. Castro, that's his name. Keep calling him Castillo. Uppercut to the body. He keeps stepping around and throwing that uppercut to the body, but he won't throw it if he don't have the space. He's trying to create space and do that. He should just throw the uppercut. It's there. You don't have to create space. It's there. Figueroa leaves openings for he has horrible defense in my opinion. He's open for the right hand. He's open for the right to the body. He's open for a lot of punches. He doesn't have a good defense. Like I said, I don't think he has a real game plan. Uppercut to the body. It's there. It's there. Stop trying to step around and land it. He wants to lay your chest and just make it a brawl. But he ain't even throwing punches no more. He just want to lay in your chest and rest. It's up to you if you want to make this a fight. They go to uppercut to the body. He bending them down. He's trying to drown them, take them into late rounds. Uh-oh. Step off and throw that. If he steps to the left again and throws that short left hook, he could catch him. I mean, he can stop him because he can't see that punch because he's in the southpaw position. Damn, yeah, I'm glad that shout out to the referee for not stopping that fight. A lot of referees would have stopped that fight. I'm glad he didn't because a lot of those shots wasn't even landing. His head didn't snap back once with that combination that he threw. There you go. Let your hands go. You don't have the punching power to get this guy with one shot. You're gonna have to let your hands go. Right now, he's just throwing punches and then moving his feet and letting the other guy get a break, which is what he can't do. He's already exhausted himself. Just go to his body. Yeah, he's trying to. I don't understand it. I don't understand. He got a dead man in front of him. He's coming in and laying on his chest and not even throwing punches. They go, Errol Spence. Say you fighting Crawford, Spence. Man, fuck all that, Spence. Is you gonna fight Crawford or not? Ask him, Jen. There we go. Okay. Else. There we go. Errol Spence said the fight gonna happen this year. It's gonna be the biggest fight in boxing, and that it's gonna happen this year. Shit, he said he don't know, have no idea where the fight's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen this year. But back to the action. Castro, he doesn't throw enough punches. He has a dead guy in front of him. The guy's just sitting there waiting, trying to look for breathers, falling off balance from shots. He's fatigued. He has a dead man in front of him, but he won't take advantage of him. And he has the better defense. I don't know why he's using his legs. The other guy's not going to throw punches from far away. He wants to get inside, lay in your chest, and throw a whole bunch of punches. So it's going to be really hard to difficult to counter punch him. So he should initiate the offense. Let him be first. Go forward. Or just step off at angles like he's been doing. He steps off at angles and lands the uppercut. He steps off at angles and lands the left hook. But he doesn't do it enough. Yeah, the announcer just said it perfectly. He's putting himself on the ropes. Doesn't make any sense. I think he thinks he's up in the fight and he's going to continue to box his way to victory. But why do it? There goes the uppercut to the body that's been landed. Look, he just, I don't know if you caught that, but he just caught his uppercut because he's tired of taking those uppercuts to the body. Keep throwing them. There you go, right here. There you go. Step up your offense. That's the first time that he's ever backed him up during the fight. If he lets his hands go, he could stop him. He could stop him, but I mean, a lot of this game is mental. I mean, he has to do it. He has to believe he can do it. The right hand has been there since the opening bell. Now that he's tired, the opening is even bigger. The opening is even bigger. Still backing himself up to the ropes, trapping himself. Giving the other guy opportunities to land one big bomb instead of coming forward, pressing him. Put the pressure on him like you did a while ago. See right there, I don't know if you guys are noticing, he keeps angling out, taking little small steps, trying to land uppercuts. But why do that? Uh-oh, it's working. Oh, he just wobbled him. He just wobbled him, and then he stopped. He stopped. He has a lot of energy. I'm not even going to lie to you. Go body again. Body one more time. There you go. Then mix it up to the head. There you go. Right hook to the body, right hook to the head. I mean, right uppercut to the head. Right uppercut to the body, right uppercut to the head. And then a short left hook. Now he's thinking. He's thinking in there. That's a sign of a smart fighter when you can think when you're tired. A lot of fighters can only think when they're fresh. Muhammad Ali was very great at that. He could think better going down the stretch. He's doing really good. He's catching them with short shots. See, short punches, blocking his. You know, they trained to do this. He didn't just wake up and start doing this in the middle. He's getting a little too careless now. They step around. There you go. He's doing good. He's doing good. He's doing enough to win the fight, but I mean, if he's the underdog, is there ever enough you could do to win the fight when you're the underdog? In the sport of boxing, we've seen too many robberies. I would be going for the knockout. I'm biased to the knockout. Everybody know that. But the short shots he's throwing inside is good. And then he started throwing body shots. Figueroa just gave up his body because he's getting caught in the head a lot. And he kept stepping around. Look at the replay. Right hand. That's been there from the beginning of the fight. And then look, Carlos Castro, short shots. See? Short left hook. Pushes him off and then goes downstairs. Oh, upstairs. And then short left hook. He doesn't have enough offense though. He's not busy enough with his hands. He's not busy enough. If he was just to let his hands go, he's boxing too much. A lot of people don't know that's such a thing. You box too much. Ooh, the uppercut that he stepped back and he was landing to the body, he just took it to his head and wobbled him. He's doing good boxing, but you got to step up the pace too. This guy that he's fighting has a lot of heart. He has a lot of heart. You got to take it away. How you take the heart away? Body shots. Take the steam out of his punches. That's where his confidence lies. He wants to make it a war. He wants to use his power. Take his power away with them body shots. There you go. Pushing them back now. Uh-oh. The pace of the fight has changed. He's now pushing the bigger guy back, Figueroa. He's now pushing him back. That means that Figueroa is fading, like I said he would. He's just hitting him with it's death by 1,000 cuts, paper cuts. He just keep hitting him with short shots and the body shots. It's a 12-round fight. He keep this up. He's Figueroa's gonna get stopped. He gonna quit. They're gonna quit. Like even his power shots don't even have that on him anymore. And the other guy is still energetic, bouncing around on his toes and stuff. He's demoralizing them. It was just keep hitting them with short shots, just like that. Short shots, short shots, short shots, short shots, short shots. He gonna stop him. He gonna stop him. If he mixed that in with body shots, oh my goodness, he's gonna stop him. They had a good game plan. It was times where I wanted him to step it up, but if he keeps it up at this pace, he's gonna stop the guy. He's gonna stop Figueroa. Figueroa just keeps throwing bombs. Figueroa, yeah, he just keep throwing bombs. Figueroa's gonna get stopped. Oh shit! Figueroa stopped him. Are you serious? Wow! Are you serious? Are you serious? I cannot believe that. I can't believe that referee stopped that fight, man. Go back to that replay. You got to show me that because the barrage he took earlier in the fight was worse than that. That horrible stoppage. Man, Figueroa wasn't doing shit. That was a horrible fucking stoppage. That was horrible. Man, I don't want to hear nothing about no referee being unfocused. The barrage of punches he took earlier in the fight when the guy was more fresher was worse than that barrage that he just took at the end of the fight when he was less fresh. And he didn't stop the fight then, but he stopped it now. Come on, man. That was horrible. That was a horrible stoppage. Man, Castro was winning the fight. Look at them punch stats. That was horrible. You got to give it to Figueroa. He did have a lot of heart. You know, he had burned himself out earlier in the fight, but and then came back to win the fight. But I can't believe this guy isn't more pissed off. I would be pissed off. He over there trying to explain himself to Figueroa. He had him on the ropes, caught him with a short shot, and Figueroa landed a shorter shot overhand out of his field of view, and then he catches him with more short punches, and then he leaned on him. He leaned on him and he flipped him. He turned him, and then landed like 3 punches. Look, those shots are being blocked. Even the last one didn't even land. I can't believe they stopped that fucking fight. You heard what the announcer just said? He said the same thing I said. It was worse earlier in the fight than it was now. He didn't stop the fight. Man, stop. Castro didn't need no time. Come on, man. That was a horrible stoppage. That was a horrible stoppage. Yeah, I'm surprised at that the corner didn't complain and Castro didn't complain. I would have been complaining like a motherfucker. I'd have been protesting. Referee might have got them hands. Because you put so much on the line for this fight, man. And like those two fighters ain't gonna be the same after this fight. Let them fight, man. Especially if you didn't stop the fight earlier. Earlier would have made more sense than stopping it now. That was horrible. That was horrible. That's okay, because he'll get beat. He'll get beat down the line. He's not that impressive of a fighter. Because Jim always come with them tough questions. I bet you Jim going to ask him. He definitely, if he don't ask him, he gonna ask the challenger. Man, that was garbage. Man, if I was there, I'd throw my beer in there. I'll just play. I don't drink beer. See? Stop. He allowed his fighter back into the fight because he wasn't busy enough with his hands. And he allowed the fighter to rest, so he was able to have a barrage like he just had. But if he would have opened up, let his hands go, he would have stopped Figueroa. I'm not that impressed with Figueroa. This was a good fight, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a back and forth fight. Both fighters were allowing each other to stay in the fight. Nobody really took control until the end. But even then, like I said, this fight should not have been stopped. Because he fell in. He fell in. Look. Fell in right there and tried to clinch, and he just turned him. He just turned him. The ABCs of boxing. They just grabbed him when he leaned in and turned him. He should have never leaned in. He should have never leaned into his opponent looking for a break. That's why he didn't protest the fight. He was tired. Figueroa had more heart than he did. He was tired in there, so he had a way out. He could afterwards, looking back, say, they stopped the fight prematurely, but he didn't protest it. He took the easy route. That's hilarious. He said both of those are good fighters, but he has to go for the Mexican. What's funny about that is that's what's wrong with YouTube. People go with their feelings and emotions about race instead of logic. Who do you think is gonna win? One fighter is coming off a year layoff, and one fighter is coming off the biggest win in his career, even though the guy was injured or whatever. He's coming off the biggest win of his career. I know it's gonna be dangerous for the guy that has ring rust early. They had Figueroa. Oh, they had Figueroa ahead on the scorecards. Okay. But he was winning the fight anyway. He signed an autograph. Oh no, that wasn't an autograph. Was that, a contract? I guess he finna get paid off the back end. I gave that boy a contract to sign on when he was leaving the ring. People taking pictures with him. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm kind of disappointed now that I didn't go to this fight. I bet you the atmosphere there is crunk. Whenever the stoppages happen, everybody loses their shit, especially in San Antonio. San Antonio is the wave as far as boxing goes. They love knockouts and they love boxing. Damn, Figueroa got a shitload of fans. I bet you they were going crazy there. Well, Figueroa is lucky that the other guy didn't have power. If he had power, oh man, he would have been in trouble. He would have been in trouble because he got caught with a lot of clean shots. And if he had got caught with a person that was a half decent puncher, they would have stopped him. Like I said, if he steps up in competition, he's gonna take losses. Just remember where you heard it first. Whenever it happens, steps up in competition, his defense is horrible. He's gonna suffer in those big fights. Sometimes be having the most commercials out of out of any fight that I be seeing. Showtime is the worst. Like the live fights that I went to, Showtime has the worst promotion, worst keeping the fans entertained. Like they just show commercial after commercial. Even when I was there on the live screen, they didn't have they didn't have the fights like showing flowing good. Like they would be playing them on the screen late. I'm like, where the live fight? How are you late playing the move in the fight? Trainer tracks. See, and this is what I be trying to tell y'all that there's more than X's and O's to boxing. You have to be a psychologist too. Psychology is important. Like in a dire situation like that, a great trainer would have talked that fighter off the cliff. Because his fighter, the other guy had the other guy dead in front of him, and he didn't finish him. He ended up getting finished, and then he didn't even protest the fight. He felt like he got saved, even though the other guy was more fatigued than he was. He had more energy than him, and still felt like he was saved. A lot of this game is mental. All right, we're down to the main event. Magsayo is going to win, in my opinion. Former trainer of the year. He ain't won trainer of the year. He should have, though. Let's see what Derek J's got to say. Some BS, probably. You know how to BS the public and the media. Mark, you man. Figueroa ended up stopping him, Mark. Crazy, man. Hey, blew my mind. He ended up he had him on the ropes again where he shouldn't have been. He had him on the ropes and he was he had Figueroa on the ropes and he was beating Figueroa. He was landing short shots, and then he rested. And when he rested, he leaned in and Figueroa just turned him. He turned him, he just started letting his hands go. He let his hands go, the referee jumps in and stops the fight. And I'm like, he didn't stop it. If you go look early in the fight, he landed more shots. He threw like 20 punches at him. If he was gonna stop it, he should have stopped it then. He stopped it when he landed maybe about 3 or 4 clean punches, and he said his justification was, well, he took those shots unanswered. He took more shots earlier in the round, and he didn't stop it. Yeah, it definitely was an early stoppage. And at first, I thought might have been kind of biased because I thought the pace of the fight was favoring uh Castillo, but the announcer said the exact same thing. They didn't agree with the stoppage. So yeah, I think I think I was pretty fair on that assessment. They got Derek James up there now talking to what he gonna do, Mark. He know how to play the media. He gonna BS the crowd. He gonna BS the media. He gonna say crazy stuff that they know they will never do. Like I heard him say, he gonna start a fight Crawford from the outside. Like, come on. They're not falling for that shit. You act like Terrence Crawford is listening, like, oh yeah, I like that. Like, come on, that's gamesmanship. You know what else happened, Mark? El Spence came on the mic and said the fight's gonna happen this year. He said not only is it gonna happen this year, he don't know where it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen this year, and that it's gonna be the biggest fight in boxing. That's what he said. So we ain't gotta say sources say no more. The source done said it. The fight gonna happen this year. James was training this guy named Martin. He fought on the undercard. He ended up stopping the guy too. Martin ended up stopping his opponent too. So they say that they called Derek James up, called him the trainer of the year, even though I don't think he's won it. I could be wrong. I don't think he's won that. I think he's been nominated. I don't think he won that. What's up, Euro? Nah, they didn't give us no date. He just said this year. That's so vague. But he just said this year, and he said that it's definitely gonna happen this year, and that he don't know where it's gonna happen because they asked like where. Jim Gray asked where, and he was like, I don't know. He started laughing. I don't know. And he started laughing, and he was like, but it's gonna happen this year, and it's gonna be the biggest fight. And I'm like, shit, that's all I need. What's up, Bureau? Frank Martin had the last minute replacement. Yeah. Yeah, Frank Martin's he's an okay fighter. I'm not jumping on the bandwagon just yet. I need to see more. He was talking about fighting the elite at his weight class after this fight. Jim Gray told him, you don't want to get a warm up fight first, which is code for I wasn't impressed with you tonight. He wasn't. He wasn't looking too good early, Mark. The other guy was it was live composition, man. Opposition. I mean, he didn't get in there to just lay down in front of the guy. He was actually fighting him back. And when he fought him back, he didn't look good. I mean, he was. Don't get me wrong. He was calm. He was calm, and he just got the pace back to favor him. But as far as uh, being overly impressed with a guy who was supposed to beat, I was not impressed. El said that the same said the last time they had. Yeah, it's because he don't know Puro. It's because he got their negotiations, but it's not them physically there. They got the people to do that for them. So I mean, they report to him, of course, but that's a lot of stuff that they don't share with him. Still not. Yeah, it's not saying much, but at least he didn't say, "I don't know, the fight might not happen," or "I don't really know, I can't talk about it." Stuff that would let us know that the fight might not happen. There's still is hope. It ain't what we would like to hear. I mean, but it's hope that I think the fight's going to happen. I think that, like I said, the fact that that people are still in negotiations is a good sign. They're still trying to sort out the particulars, if you will, sort out the particulars. But that's a good sign. Let's see what Derek James said. Exactly. Stop there. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Derek James just said he been training for the Crawford fight already. Okay, he's been preparing for it. I thought you don't watch film, brother. What's up, Hap? I think it's all BS. To be honest, I think it's already signed. That's a possibility, Puro. That's a good possibility that it's already signed. They just want because the fans keep going back and forth. We're doing a promotion for them. You know what I mean? So it could already be signed. You know, and they're just trying to build the fight up with the anticipation. That's a possibility. Keep hope alive. I can't believe that. Mark Derrick James said he been working out his damn self for this fight. I thought you don't watch film, brother. I guess you're not watching film. You're just working out your body. Mark said, "Nah, I disagree about it being signed already." I don't know, Mark. You would know more about the business than me, man. I'm more the X's and O's, but I can see that as being a publicity stunt. Like when Tank and Mayweather was arguing over their signing, and then all of a sudden, you know, after the fight, you know, it's no smoke in the road, no smoke in the room. You know, a lot of some people believe there's no such thing as bad press. Maybe he wants the YouTubers that he talk about be capping that he put on blast the other day. He wants them to build a fight a little bit more. Cause man, I've heard casuals talk about this fucking fight. No lie. I was surprised that they even know who Crawford was, but they knew. They said they want to see him fight Spence. Hell, my wife wants to see that fight, and she don't watch boxing like that. So that just tell you that fight is peaking. Like it's perfect. Both undefeated, both in their primes. I agree, Mark. And Custer let it slip last week. What did he let slip? He accidentally said the fight was signed. They call this guy the next Manny Pacquiao. He don't even fight like Pacquiao. The only thing they have in common is they both from the Philippines and both trained with Freddie Roach. And one would argue that Freddie Roach is because of his condition is not you know as sharp as he was whenever he was with Manny Pacquiao in his prime. This guy's coming off a year layoff. If it was official, somebody who works at the venue, a secretary, interim execs, too many people involved to keep this a secret. I don't know, but I'm gonna say this, man. On my bookie, when I went to bet, they already had a date for October 1st. I'm like, how the fuck would they know? Maybe that was one of the secrets slipping. Someone would take the cash to leak the story to a reporter. I would. I'm somebody, Mark. Cause let me have found out. Let Spence be my cousin and me find out. Them YouTubers that be like my sources, I would be their fucking source for the right price, of course. Pure right. He said October. Yeah, I'm curious where they get that October date from. Cause like I said, when I went to go bet on my bookie, they had October 1st. And I'm like, how would they know? Ain't nothing been announced. Ain't nothing been in pen. Maybe that's what they proposed, you know, but they haven't agreed on it yet. We get it. We get it. God damn. Get to the fight. We get it. He's the next Manny Pacquiao. He's working with Freddie Roach. All this hype. Told you, remember, I am a lot of people's YouTube tag. That's hilarious. Cluster interviewed Danny Garcia and said something about it being October. Hey, facts. They don't fight the same. They don't. You know it's crazy. Mark, they'll say Bud ain't fought nobody. Correct me if I'm wrong, man, because I could be wrong on this. But ain't the person that Danny Garcia is fighting, Bud has already knocked him out? That's crazy to me. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Bud has already knocked that guy out. The person that ain't fought nobody. They got the trainers up, the tail of the tape with the trainers. I've never seen that before. Nacho's 82. God damn, that is Freddie Roach is 62. I thought Freddie Roach was older than that. I didn't know Nacho was 80 something. God damn, he looked every bit of it. Not even gonna lie to you. God damn, Nacho been in the game forever. But Nacho's not working his corner. Why they put Nacho on the screen? His contribution has already been to the training camp. Now it's up to the the father or whoever that is to make sure he goes out and executes the game plan or don't execute it. Yeah, they trying to build the rivalry. Sometimes they just be running out of shit to talk about in between the fights, so they'll just bring up stupid shit like this. None of this shit matters. So am I right, Mark? Did Bud knock the guy that Danny Garcia is fighting out? No, Nacho's his trainer, so he's working his corner. Puro. I know he worked with him in the training camp. I watched the pre-fight stuff. I don't know if he's gonna work the corner, and he's 80 something, man. Yeah, it's a lot of contradictions when it comes to Crawford. Okay, so I was right. That's crazy, man. You know one thing about Danny? People ask me who I think is gonna win that fight. Danny has been very, very carefully moved. He's been very carefully moved. He's not gonna. He knows how to take the risk when it's the right time. Like even when he fought Spence, Spence was coming off the car wreck. Yes, he worked with him in the last one. Okay, I didn't know that. He fought Spence coming off the car wreck. Even fought what's his name? Uh, Thurman. He even fought Thurman when Thurman didn't look less than impressive and looked like he was past his prime coming off a layoff. I think he came off a surgery or something. Point of the story, more of the story is Garcia is gonna make sure he has the upper hand in the fight. He's definitely gonna be he's put in a position to win the fight. Let me say that. Whether he'll do it or not, I mean, it's up to him. But he's gonna. I'm not even gonna bother doing a breakdown for that fight because Garcia always picks the fights where he's put in a good position to win the fight. Somebody was criticizing Crawford the other day, fighting to a Spence passport, but ignored the fact that Spence did the same thing with Thurman, fighting Porter and Garcia. That's that fan math, man. You can't. It don't add up. The fan math does not compute. It don't compute because they just be making shit up to win their argument. They're gonna ignore what you say. I mean, I think I heard you say today on your show, Mark. Everybody is somebody leftovers unless they're undefeated. Hell, if you want to go to the past, Ali was somebody leftover. You could have said Ali was Joe Frazier leftovers. People are fucking crazy. They'll throw a Ferrari away because it got a dent. That's how boxing fans. That's they mad. Boxing fans need to stop talking about leftovers. Yep, exactly. They all moved on. They all moved carefully. I've always thought Danny Garcia is an overachiever. I wouldn't say he's overrated pure. I think he's just he's an overachiever. He's a guy that came in and beat people that he wasn't expected to beat, and then they automatically just threw him in there with the elite. And I don't think he ever was on that level. I think his dad is a smart guy. You know, he puts him in there, calculated. All the fights he fights, I feel like he's expected, to have a great chance because he'll do like he did with Spence, fight him off a car crash or et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so he stopped him in the 12. Yeah, so I mean, if Danny goes in there and stops him, they're gonna give Danny full credit for that win. How much you want to bet? They're gonna give him full credit for that same win. Finally, we down to the action, man. But yeah, man, boxing fans are crazy. They'll throw away a Ferrari because it got a scratch or a dent in it. That's what it's like throwing a fighter away that's good because he has a loss. And that's why UFC fans, I mean, are the best to me. They're more loyal to their fighters because they fighters be having fucking 10 losses. 10 losses. It don't even matter his age. He could be Anderson Silva was kicking people's ass at like fucking late, like 38, 39. They still was rocking with Anderson Silva. And he had a bunch of losses. Because UFC got some sense of how they market they fighters, and fans got more sense in supporting their fighters. Boxing fans, they gonna throw the fucking Ferrari away, man. It got dog hair in it. Let me throw it away. Finally, we down to the fight. What I think is crazy is a lot of people talk about fighters having like being past their primes. I think there's a prime for your trainer. When Eddie Futch got old, he wasn't working those guys. Well, he was into his late age. Let me stop. He did work really both until late age, but I remember Freddie Roach talking one time and he said that he wouldn't do mix into his late age. And Gano lost to in the FA fight, his second MMA fight. Yeah, he did. He lost it, and they still marketed him as the a beast that couldn't be beat. Hell, Chael Sonnen said there's not a man alive who ever beat him while having losses. Every time I watch that video clip, I bust out laughing. That's crazy to me. And the fans don't put him on blast for it. They just love the sport. They just there to see a fight. Watching that last fight that I watched with Israel, and it was a championship fight. Looking at that fight, it just showed me the parallels between boxing and MMA. That fight was less than entertaining. Like even the big shots they threw were missing, and the fans were still there, still loving the fight, still entertained, et cetera, et cetera. If they would have been booing at a boxing match. Our fans are stupid. More to the story. To be honest, in my opinion, it's mostly an American fan thing, and it's more nowadays than in the past. Oh yeah, I agree. I agree. But, even though boxing is in the state that it's in, the people are trying to kill it. I think it's more popular now than ever. And I actually was going to make a video like that, Puro. Um, the fight with Julian Jackson versus Gerald McCullough. That was an elite fight between two elite fighters. But if you go back and look at the audience was empty in that fight, bro. And that was a Don King promoted fight. But uh, fans didn't have internet and they wasn't pocket watching per se, back then. So that fight wasn't considered a dud. But if that was today, they would call that fight a flop. They would talk about what fighters deserve, et cetera, because these fucking YouTubers ain't got no damn sense. Predictions, Pure. I think the fake Pacquiao. You know how they got Diet Dr Pepper. I mean they got Dr Pepper and they got like Dr B. I think the Dr B Manny Pacquiao will win the fight. I think the other guy is the layoff is gonna affect him. Late KO. I can see that. I think it would have to. It depends on how he starts the fight. He has to start with a sustained body attack to start the fight. Mark, did you bet, bro? Hopefully you bet. Hopefully you bet it this time, bro. I think if it is a stoppage, it's going to be around the 10th round. He got that long, skinny body, man. I would tear his fucking body up. And his layoff is gonna affect him. He's gonna have trouble with his timing. While he's waiting, I'd be tearing his fucking body up. No, I did. Oh, Mark, you should have bet it, bro. Mark, you gotta take the risk, man. Sometimes $20 could get you 500. It does look like Nacho's working his corner. I guess Nacho is not big on words because during the build-up, Nacho wasn't even talking. It was majority of the dad. You know what's crazy about the times that we live in? Freddie Roach has the same disease that Muhammad Ali had. He's not shaking at all. It's just crazy how technology progresses, you know? Man, I like to bet on the wins and losses. No, Mark, you make your money with the props. You got to hit them props. See, Vegas is smart. They're not gonna give you props on every single fight, but sometimes they will. Like the last fight with what's his name? Heavyweight fight. What fight did I miss? I was mad at that, but I knew it was gonna get stoppage. Those props bet scare me. Hey, but that's where you get the most return. Sometimes I used to be like that when I bet it, Mark. I used to bet like on a winner and a loser, right? And sometimes I would make safe bets, like, okay, if he do it in this way, I could get all my money back. But I was like, I'm betting. Like, you gotta take risks. Why the hell I'm trying to be calculated in this gambling? The last emoji is a typo. I didn't even see that, man. Don't turn it to no Spitz fan on me, man. Don't turn it to no Spitz fan on me, man. I didn't even see that shit. All right, let's go. Yeah, it's a calculated risk, but I had to stop doing that because I would start second guessing myself because I would be too calculated. I'm like, all right, now let me put it here. Let me put it. I'm like, man, come on, man. You gotta shit or get out the pot. You gotta put your money somewhere. Be prepared to lose it. That's why I had to go in with that mindset. All right, round one. Round one. Fake Pacquiao took the center of the ring and he's bouncing on his toes. They both slow. Oh, he threw a right hand. He threw a right hand bomb just now. Oh, are you serious? Don't play with me. Vargas is definitely showing the ring rust right now. Like he's throwing his punches. Oh, and he got caught cold. He's throwing his punches half-assed. Now he's actually starting to get into a rhythm. But the ring rust is affecting him. You can see it. It's obvious. Nacho versus Freddie. Man, I don't even think I'm going to do a post-fight reaction. You should, bro. You should, so I can pull up. Blew my mind. You can do that. The new drop blew my mind. Magsayo should be throwing punches right now. He's waiting too long. He's allowing the guy to, but he's nervous. I mean, that's how it is in the first round. What is it over? You mean what time is it over? I don't know. It just started. If it's a knockout, I mean, it might be done in probably 30 minutes. Woo! Vargas just caught him with a very, very hard body shot. A very hard body shot. One thing that's dangerous about Vargas is he keeps his lead hand really low, and it's dangerous both ways. But the opponent doesn't see that punch because it's out of his radar, and he has to let his hands go on Vargas. Magsayo. He can't keep sitting around, bouncing around, trying to be like Pacquiao. He's starting to believe the press clippings. He's trying to stay back and just bounce on his toes and then blitz in, but he's not Manny Pacquiao. Right now, he's fighting exactly like Pacquiao. He's starting to believe the press clippings. What? So he just hit him. He just hit him with a shot, and the referee caught a low blow, but he turned his back to him. I would have kept punching. Referee would have to stop. He would have to tell me to stop fighting. Just protect yourself at all times. That's the only agreement you really make. Yeah, he's letting Vargas get into his groove and find his rhythm now. Vargas was really, really tight in the first round because of his timing was off and his reflexes and everything. But he's getting into a groove. He's shaking the nerves off because the other guys allowing him to. He's trying to fight like Manny Pacquiao, bouncing in and out, coming in, throwing shots, and then getting out. All he has to do is follow him out. He's a long guy. All he has to do is step and follow him out and throw a right hand, and he'll land it flush on the chin. They talked about Vargas getting caught going back. If Vargas steps with him when he's bouncing, he'll catch him. And he keeps throwing a left hook to the body. That's his. a lot of times when you see a pattern or something, that's normally the game plan. They didn't just pull it out the ass. They've been working on that in camp, and he's throwing a left uppercut to the body, and it's really hard. Are you gonna try to use that to set up something later in the round? They keys to victory be horrible. Don't double the jab to get inside. Don't square up. Land the left hook. Where you gonna land the left hook? Who the fuck be coming up with this shit? I feel like it's a toddler in the fucking room just writing shit down. Vargas established the jab, no wide left hooks, but still land the left hook. What? No wide left hooks, but still land the left hook? They put that as two different keys to victories. That's lazy. Fuck. They could have put that as one. Don't throw your left hooks wide. Keep them tight. It's the same thing. They are fucking lazy. Yeah, I don't like to see guys start slow. I'm not gonna lie to you. Especially when it's at your disadvantage. Um, he's a high energy guy, and he has a guy coming off a layoff. He has a guy coming off a layoff, and when you got a guy coming off a layoff, if you start fast, you have the advantage because their timing and their reflexes is off. So you push them at a pace that they're not comfortable with, and they never really get into their groove. It's a benefit for you. It's a benefit for you, but that left hook to the body, Puro. He holds it out of his radar. Vargas does, and then bam, just lands it out. He's trying to set something up with that shot. See, there goes that left uppercut to the body. It's like a hook and an uppercut hybrid, but he's so tall it ends up being an uppercut. But he that you can hear that shot. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's a loud thud, and it's keeping the other guy honest. I don't know. I was talking that stoppage shit before the fight. I don't see no which way. I don't see no path in which he stops him now. He's not busy enough with his hands, unless the other guy's gonna get befuddled with his movement and then just quit. I don't see he's not landing enough shots, and he's allowing the other guy to shake off the ring rust. It's not beneficial for him. And then right there, he just threw a left uppercut to the body and turned him because he's a taller guy. The other guy has to come to him to make the fight. And what he does is he comes in, but then he hops right back out. He's trying to be like Penny Pacquiao. He just caught him with a straight right, but I don't think that'll be enough. I don't think that'll be enough to win the fight. He's not landing enough of them. One clean shot, unless you're Wilder or Tyson or one of those guys, is not enough. Need punches and bunches, and he's not landing enough. He's letting the other guy Vargas get off. He's letting the other guy Vargas be first. He's letting him dictate the pace of the fight. He's not fighting a good fight. Every now and then he'll jump in with a hard right hand. Uh-oh. Now right uppercut. Yeah. Magsayo's not fighting a good fight. The crowd is quiet as shit there. The crowd is really, really quiet. Yeah, he's controlling the range and the pace of the fight because he's a longer guy. Magsayo has to make the fight happen. He has to come to him. And he bounces out. He'll get to the range he needs to get to, and then he'll bounce out and then try to come back in. He thinks, like I said, he thinks he's Manny Pacquiao. Even then, just now, he just landed a left hook to the body, right hand to the head. But because he's bouncing and he's out of position and out of range, the punch doesn't land. It grazes him. See, he didn't even land that shot. That shot landed on the shoulders of Vargas. He hasn't landed one clean right hand the whole fight. Missed it. Every highlight they're showing, he's missed it. In my opinion, he has Rolly level skills, but Wilder type of power. Who you talking about Vargas? I don't know. Here, I feel like Vargas has the length and the height, to keep him at the edge of his punches and do what he wants to do, and he's allowing him to do it because he's just bouncing back, hopping in and out, and bouncing on his toes. He's trying to be like Manny Pacquiao, and that is the wrong way to fight this fight. He's not Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao had power. Okay. Magsayo, that's what you talk about. I don't even think he got water type of power. I feel like anybody that land flush, if you're a half decent puncher, they should knock you out. If you land with everything, you plant it into the ground and you put all your weight behind it, you should knock the guy out. I don't know. I don't know if his game plan is to start off like this and then come on later in the fight, but this is the wrong way to start this fight. Like I said, look, the other guy's getting time. Vargas is getting time in now. Now he's getting time, and now he's able to pull out of range like that and keep and control the pace of the fight because he allowed him to get the ring rust off. He allowed him to get settled into the fight. So now the fight is 50-50. He don't have the advantage of the guy having ring rust anymore. Right there, he just leaped with the left hook and it grazed the Vargas chin. But because he keeps bouncing in and out, that punch grazes him. If he stops bouncing and plants his feet and set those shots up, he can knock him out because he fights with his hands low. Woo! He just caught him with a right hand right there. He just caught him. Hey, he just caught him pure with a right hand on the ropes right there, and that right hand had something on it. If that right hand would have landed, his legs would have turned into jello. I don't know, but pure, you know, it's levels and chins, man. You know that the more elite that you get, the harder it is to knock people out because they see the punches and they have an understanding of the punches. So when you have an understanding, you can anticipate the punches more. That's why the people are called bums because they ain't got a really understanding of the punches, so they get hit a lot with shots they don't see. He's not bouncing as much anymore. You notice that, Pura? It's because he has to land that shot and he knows it. He can't bounce. Now he's sitting down and actually throwing the shots, which is what he has to do if he wants to land a shot on Vargas. Because when he's bouncing, he allows himself to be timed by Vargas. And Vargas has already shook off the ring rust. He's already shook off the ring rust and he has his timing. Stop bouncing. See, look, when he's bouncing, he can be timed. He needs to stop bouncing. He has stopped bouncing for a little bit, but he's right back to bouncing again. Stand right there. There you go. Then counter shot. He has to stand in front of him, which is easy for me to say because I ain't in the ring with him. But he has to stand in front of him and make him miss and make him pay, or be first. Set up the shot. Be first. Woo. Vargas just almost caught him with a right hand pulling out. I told you if Vargas steps forward and throws that shot, he landed. If he times that guy's bounce, it'll be like Manny Pacquiao versus what's up, Deeply Goated? It'll be like Manny Pacquiao versus Marquez. That bouncing. You know, the only fighter I've ever seen really be effective with bouncing and fighting rhythmic is Holyfield and Manny Pacquiao. It might be more, but those are the two that stand out to me the most. But most of those people, they were like when he fought Mayweather controlled him off his bounce. And then when Holyfield fought Michael Moore controlled him off his bounce. He just kept jabbing him. So that bounce, man, I get it because fighters like to fight in rhythm, you know, but your rhythm can be timed. Sometimes rhythm ain't a good thing. Sometimes you just got to create it as you go. Sometimes we get it, man. Go back to the fight. We don't give a fuck about y'all sponsor. What was that? They had water in the ring they had to clean up? All right, we're in the fourth. Then the fight goes by fast when you're focused on. Uh-oh, now he's trying to set up the right hand to the head. Now he's not bouncing. He comes in and he throws the right to the body. Eventually, he's going to step forward and throw that right hand to the head. See? Right hand to the body. That right hand's going to come to the head. Watch. Just keep watching. He's going to step in. He's not bouncing anymore. Stop bouncing. Just get in range, stay in range, and throw that shot. Like right to the body, right to the body. Keep throwing it. Keep throwing that right to the body. And eventually he'll bring it upstairs. And Vargas is open for that shot. Vargas won't even see it coming. Right there, it just missed. You got to keep going to the body a little bit more. Get him familiar with that look. You got to get him familiar with that look. Keep going to the body. Keep going to the body. Ooh, it landed right there. It landed right there. They both came in throwing punches at the same time, and that right hand landed. But if he has to set it up just a little bit more, and he can knock him out. He can knock him out. He reaches with his punches like Manny Pacquiao. He lunges, which is bad. At least he's lunging from an orthodox position, though. Manny Pacquiao is to lunge against right-handers, and everybody know the southpaw killer is a right hand. That's why Marquez put him to sleep. Yeah, man. If he stopped bouncing and box, I mean, and set his shot up more, throwing the right hand to the body, keep throwing it, keep getting him used to the look, he'll do a lot better. He'll do a lot better. He'll knock him out. He'll knock him out. He got one shot, and how can you have it so far, bro? I got 4-0 Vargas. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a scoring per se pure, but I'm not mad at that. It's been a close contested fight. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at it. You giving either fighter each whatever round. His shots are landing now because he's not bouncing so much. He's taking advantage of Vargas giving up his height, having his hands low. Now he's. Are you watching it now, Mark? Mark, did you notice that right to the body that Vargas is landing? He's trying to set up a right hand to the head, and if he stops bouncing and throw those shots that he needs to throw, and he won't get time, he can land that right hand over the head, over the top. But he has to stay grounded. He has to plant his feet in the ground. He's a puncher. Punchers have to be set to punch. Why are you bouncing? I don't understand. That's so frustrating to me. Now he's getting backed up, and he's the puncher. Vargas is making me real proud. He is. He's doing very good. He's doing what he has to do for his style to win this fight, which is time him on the way in, time him on the way out, time to bounce. But on the flip side of that, the other guy is landing the right hand to the body. And if he just steps in and stop bouncing, just plant his feet, step in, and feint the right hand to the body and throw it over the top, he could knock him out. He's a small guy. He's a small guy with a little bitty neck. You know what I mean? A thin body. I mean, he'll knock him out if he lands flush. He'll at least knock him down. Nacho told him he's one punch away from winning this fight. So they're going for the knockout too. You know, a lot of old school trainers go for the knockouts, and it's because they've seen a lot of robberies. So they know, the only way, sure way to not get robbed, like that left hook. He caught him coming to the body. I mean, me and Deeply Goated talked about this one time. When taller fighters go to the body, they don't realize they leave openings because they have to bend down so much to land that shot. Keep the jab on him, Vargas. Vargas better stay. But Vargas needs to start backing up and countering. He needs to stop coming forward, giving up his height like right there. Coming forward, giving up his height, and leaving opportunities for shots like that to land. That left hook just grazed him. Just grazed him. He keeps giving this puncher opportunities, and I don't understand it. That wasn't. Yeah, I don't think. I think he just bent down on his neck. I don't think that was a hard shot. It could have been. It was fast. Announcer was like, oh, that lunging, man. He watching too many tapes of Pacquiao. You got to be the best version of you, man. Pacquiao was great. Right hand to the body, right there. It's open. It's open because he holds his lead hand low. Keep throwing that right hand. Fill that space with a right hand to the body, and just keep throwing it. And then, that left hook. Oh my goodness, it keeps grazing him. That left hook keep grazing him. Them body shots is hurting too. I'm surprised he hadn't been throwing. I thought he was going to start this fight off throwing hard body shots in the earlier rounds, making the investments. He probably would have a knockout by now if he had did that. But he started off bouncing and let the other guy get his timing down. They booing. San Antonio don't like that. Oh, I don't know if you guys just seen that. He just stumbled after throwing a shot. He's hurt by the body. He's hurt to the body. Vargas is hurt to the body. He just stumbled after throwing a shot. And look where his guard is. It's protecting his body. See it? That body shot hurt him. Now all he has to do is keep throwing headshots now that the body shot got his attention. Throw a combination, body head, and then go home. It'll be an early night. I ain't gonna lie, Vargas got some pop on his punch though. But he's vulnerable when he throws. He's vulnerable when he throws because he's such a tall guy with long arms. He's like Joe Smith. They have to they have to spend so much energy and loading up for the shot because they're punchers and they're a taller guy that they leave openings that you could just punch while they're punching and knock them out. They go to right hand. Right hand just staggered him. He better stop coming forward. He better he better be smart, use his jab and stop giving up his height. Use a stick and just stay back and time him. Getting too ballsy. I guess it's the pride thing. You know what they say, pride comes before the fall. He better stop coming forward to the short guy. Man, Brandon Figueroa face is fucked up. He was beating the shit out of Brandon, in my opinion. Yes. If Mark, if Mark, if Vargas don't stop giving up his height, and because he's a puncher, he sells out. He puts all his energy into his shots. He's focused on his offense, and he leaves openings. Look at the replay. Look, he leaves openings when he comes in. That's when he gets caught. Look, he brings his head down to his height, and he's wondering why he's getting clipped. You can't bring your head to the shorter person and wonder why he's knocking you out. Same thing with Rolly and Tank. He lunged in and brought his head to him. He better stay disciplined and stay backing up using his jab. His jab is already down. He can use it like an up jab. Like that. That's how he needs to fight, going backwards. He cannot afford to keep coming in and giving this guy opportunities to just throw a blind punch and knock him out. Ooh. He lunging like Pacquiao. Man, if I was there, I would start chanting Pacquiao. Pacquiao. He just caught him with a short counter shot, a counter right hand. Vargas did. He does his best work when he's fighting going backwards. Every time he gets tagged, it's him coming forward. Watch, coming forward, giving up his height, and then he gets caught like that. He gets caught just like that, coming forward, coming forward. His best work is when he's backing up, keeping him at a distance, counter punching him, using the jab. The key's the victory for him. He can't come. He shouldn't come forward. That's his best fight right there, coming back. But he's coming forward anyway, feinting him, throwing a jab, backing him up. Don't realize he's getting walked into traps. The guy is enticing him to give up his height, and he's doing it voluntarily. That's a trick that short fighters do. They'll back up because they know you'll come forward and give up your height. And that's what's happening. He's gonna get caught. Did you see that? He raised his hands up like Pacquiao. Remember Pacquiao used to hit his gloves together and do that? He's been watching too much film on Pacquiao. Ooh. Ooh. He better stop coming forward. Vargas, you better stop coming forward. I'm telling you, man, them punches is barely missing. Vargas better stop coming forward. He better start initiating jab and then back up and change the pace of the fight. Okay, all right, keep being brave. We're gonna see how this go. I'll be very surprised. Mark said, "Let's go, Mexico." Mark, I'll be very surprised if this fight goes 12 rounds with him coming forward. He's setting him up. He keeps backing up, enticing him to give up his height, and then he'll throw one big bomb. And those bombs they graze by his head. Them bullets is grazing him. I don't understand why he's being so brave. I get it. He got the trunks. He wants to fight. He's in San Antonio, but win the fight, man. He is. He's fighting sloppy, but so did Wilder. When you got power, man, power punches, they only look, there he goes, left hook. He caught that hook to the body and answered with a hook and wobbled him. He's hurt right now. He just doesn't know it. Look, he's falling over just from shots that don't even hurt. Vargas is hurt right now. He's hurt. Maybe he does got the power of Wilder, Piero. I've only seen the fight with Gary Russell, so I didn't think so. But he do got some power, man. I got to give him that. I got to give him that. He do got some power because he hit him with that one shot. He was shook up for the rest of the round. Yeah, he's sloppy, Mark. Man, don't nobody give a damn about Danny Garcia. I wish Rogers. Who is Rogers? Man, you didn't have to interrupt our fight to show us that shit. Get back to the fight. Nobody care about Danny Garcia. You know, the most interesting thing about Danny Garcia is he got 6 toes. Don't nobody care about Danny Garcia. I feel like everybody wanted to know for years who Danny Garcia was going to fight, to the point where people just walked away like not caring, and now he wants us to care. Fighting somebody who's already been knocked out by somebody that don't get credit, but another story. Another story, different time. You look at his feet are planted. His feet are planted more. He does. I noticed that Magsayo does that when he resets. He'll bounce, and all Vargas has to do is jab and just back up. But see, look, he's letting them too close for comfort. The bombs is coming, and he don't have enough defense. But at least stop coming forward. Stop coming forward. Man, I'm finna get in the car right now and drive down there and tell his ass to stop coming forward. He ain't listening. He done been rocked already before. Look at those shots that he throws. All Masai got to do is duck up under the shots and answer the shots, or catch and shoot like he did a while ago. While ago, he caught the body shot and answered with a left hook. Caught the body shot with his elbow and then answered with a left hook. Because Vargas keeps coming forward, giving up his height and giving him opportunities to land shots. All he has to do is throw while Vargas is throwing, and it's over. It's going to be a really, really nasty knockout if he throws when Vargas is throwing, because he's not going to see the punch, and he's already a big puncher. If he throws while he's punching, it's going to be all she wrote. Vargas needs to continue to do what he's doing, is backing up and controlling range. The smaller guy has to come to you to make the fight happen. Why are you coming to him? That's what he has to do right there. Use his legs. Don't allow him to lay into his body because he has a little bitty body. Then right there, he came in, tried to clinch him, and then landed the right hand. That's good work. Good work. And then he got back on his bicycle. That's what he needs to do. I know the crowd's going to be mad at him, but don't do that. The numbers are low on the ticket sales and interview. They're trying to keep. Oh, okay. I got you. I get you. Ain't nobody fault but Danny's, man. Danny shouldn't have left from the spotlight so long. Like I said, Danny Garcia should have hopped right back into the ring. He didn't get beat that bad by Spence. Shit, he added to the mystique of Spence. People were saying that Danny Garcia was semi-retired because Spence beat him up so bad. Okay, so my original prediction for this fight, I thought it was going to be a 10th round knockout. A 10th round knockout. Vargas was going to go to sleep in the 10th round. So let's see if it stands up. I'm still sticking to that with the pace of the fight. I think he's gonna come forward. I think he's up in the fight. I think he's gonna be winning the whole fight, and he's gonna continue to come forward, and he's gonna get countered. The most ironic thing is, the way Manny Pacquiao was knocked out is the same game plan that Freddie Roach needs to implement with his fighter, with Vargas. Back up, let him give up his height, and then bam, land the right hand, or just catch and shoot. Just throw while he's throwing, because he gives up his height and he leaves holes in his offense. Look, you can hit him with every punch right there. He with his head, with his hands down. You can hit him with every punch in the book right there. But you gotta sit down and see the shots. You just can't throw shots with your head down. That's what he just did just now. That's why there was a head clash. That's what he right there. What he's doing is what he if he does that, he could cruise the victory. Perfect. That's perfect right there. Maintain the perfect distance, and then when he finished his shots, he jabbed and backed up. That's perfect right there. That's perfect right there. I ain't gonna lie, I was not expecting Vargas to look this good against. I mean, this is why we always say, Mark, one of the cliches in boxing is styles make fights. People say that, but then whenever fights happen and the styles are making up the fight, they'll be like, "What the hell is going on?" They did that in the last fight with Frank Martin. The styles didn't made for a back and forth fight and the temperament of the fighters, and everybody was surprised that he made it to the later rounds. Oh, I don't know. My prediction, Mark. I thought he would be up because he's just a long guy, and the other guy bounces in and out, darting and stuff. I thought he would be up, but I thought he would get knocked out in the later rounds. Because one thing I will say about fake Pacquiao is he don't stop throwing power shots. Generic Pacquiao throw power shots all the way to the end. He never stopped trying to knock out his opponent. He don't get discouraged. So I thought he would be up during the whole fight, and he would just land. He would throw a hard shot while he was punching, and he would catch him right there, right there, right there. He caught a winner, but he's smart. He pulled out after he didn't stay around for the receipts. He landed one. He didn't let him land two. Uh-oh, counter shots, counter shots because he keep giving up his height, and he keeps throwing wide body shots, and he just catches and shoots and wobbles Vargas. And it don't take much to wobble him. It don't take much to wobble him. Every shot that he lands, he don't realize it because he's in the ring and he has a different point of view. But he really hurts him with those shots. You can just see his legs shaky. He goes in a defensive mode. He tries to clinch like that, clinch and hit. He gonna let them fans get him fucked up, Mark. He gonna listen to them fans who ain't paying none of his bills, and he gonna go in there and get caught with a shot he don't see. I think he gonna be winning the fight all the way until he get caught. Because right now I have him winning this fight. I have him winning this fight. He does. He does. I think he's having an identity crisis. I think he's been listening to the build up to the fight, and he's fighting from the Philippines, and he thinks he's Manny Pacquiao. It's like when Ali came and then left the game. Everybody was up on their toes, throwing the jab, trying to be like Muhammad Ali, Trevor Burbick. Those guys wanted to be like Ali. What Terrell Biggs, Mike Tyson, trying to be on his toes and dance like Ali. Is the impact that Manny Pacquiao has in the Philippines. I'm pretty sure he's the equivalent of Muhammad Ali there. So I think he's having an identity crisis. Freddie Freddie Roach told him he was losing. I'm glad the ref finally warned him about the headlocks. Oh yeah, keep putting Buddy in the headlock. Yeah, he does. He does. Greg Page and Tony Tucker. Yeah, they swagger Jack Muhammad Ali stuff. But I mean, it's they're paying homage in their opinion. They want to be just as great. And how do you achieve greatness? Mimic it. Here, Larry Holmes was even trying to do poems. Right there, he just slipped his head to the right, landed the right hand. He made an adjustment on the right hand. He tried to catch him while he was throwing, so he's aware of that, which shows the mark of an intelligent fighter. He's aware that he the right hand is there, but he's not landing. So he just waited for him to throw, slipped his head and threw a right hand. He's waiting for him to throw another right hand so he can slip. See, so he can slip and throw the right hand. He's a smart fighter, even though he's sloppy. He's a smart fighter. Manny Pacquiao is Ali Arnold. Michael Jackson in the Philippines. That's hilarious. He is. He was out there. I used to watch clips of him out there handing out money to them, kissing babies. Like Manny Pacquiao's and shit out there. And I love it because he's inspired another generation of Filipino boxers to keep the sport alive. My bias is always the boxing. Coming forward. He's trying to right now he's trying to bait him to come forward. Freddie Roach gave him urgency that he's losing. So he's either going to come in and up his punch output or he's going to try to knock him out. Those are the only two ways he's going to give up that belt. He's a champion. He's a champion. Freddie Roach should tell him stop bouncing. Stop bouncing, set your feet, wait for him to come in, and bam. That's what, ooh, that body shot, that left hook. I'm surprised he's not throwing more body shots, especially with Freddie Roach being his corner man. The other guy has a really, really thin body. And the body is there. Just look at the heights. Look where his gloves is. It won't take much for him to get to Vargas's body versus Vargas to get to his body. Vargas has to bend down and bring his head to him. Mark Masai is hitting behind the head. Yeah, he is. He is because he's lunging. I don't think he's doing it intentionally. You talking about in the clinch or you talking about, oh, he just dropped him. He just dropped him. And look, even though that knockout wasn't a solid knockdown wasn't a solid knockdown, he's going to get energy now, and he's going to let his hands go, which is dangerous because he's a big puncher. See, look. See. Ooh, he swung himself through the ropes. See, he's going to let his hands go now, though, because he going to get excited. That's what Manny Pacquiao do the same thing. That's how he got knocked out versus Marquez. And now he's fighting how he should be fighting the whole fight, backing up. He has longer legs. It takes that guy 2 steps to equal his 1. I don't know why he's coming forward. He got to stop coming. He got to stop falling in. But he's falling in because he's coming forward. He's coming forward and he's trying to clinch. He's trying to clinch him. Vargas is trying to clinch him. And because he's a shorter guy, he has to bring his head down to him. And he just puts his hand on his head and pushes him to the ground. People don't know it's a science to clinching, too. You just can't grab a motherfucker. Ain't UFC. You're a taller guy. Back up. Wait till he comes to you. Then clinch him. But these are things that you can't learn in the middle of the fight. You got to learn it in the gym. So he's not going to change it. Yeah, that was the right hand. He caught him punching. That shit was so short that from the camera angle, I didn't even see the punch. Look, he caught him coming in, throwing a body shot, and caught him over the top with a right hand. I said all he has to do is keep punching while he's punching and catch him with that right hand. Well, he just got to knock. So I had my prediction was a 10th round knockout. Let's see if it can come to fruition. He's fighting like he don't want to get knocked out, so that's always a good sign. But he's still coming forward. Vargas has given him the geographic he needs to win. And Mark, do you notice he gets hit on the side of the head because he's a big guy and he's leaning on him? So if the other guy just even throws a punch, he's a shorter guy, it's gonna land on the back of his head because the way his body is positioned and bent. In the clinch, he has the liberty. Yes. He hit him with a short right hand, Mark. It was a short right hand. He caught him while he was trying to go to the body and he dropped him. It was a legitimate knockdown. But the reason why he keeps getting hit on the back of the head is because he keeps leaning forward. Watch. He'll fall in. He needs to stay backwards. Stay back on his back foot. Wait for him to come in, then clinch. That's how you get a good clinch out of a short guy. Because he falls in with his head and the way his body is bent, he's just laying on him, and Vargas he just throws a punch at Vargas. Look, right hand. I predicted a 10-round knockout. I predicted a 10-round knockout. Let's see. Uh-oh. He's back on now he's fighting a disciplined fight. He's on his stick and he's just standing his ground. He's not coming forward. His legs are gone though. It's over. It's over. I don't know if it was the hit in the back of the head, Mark, or what, or if it was the knockdown or whatever shot he just caught him. He's not the same. His legs are gone. This fight is over. He's in there with a puncher. This fight is over. I don't think he'll make it 2 more rounds. His legs are not there. Them legs look wobbly. Even when he throw a jab, he knocks him off balance. Them legs are so unsturdy. He don't even see it. He's still bouncing on his toes, allowing the guy to come forward and BS him. Still trying to land that right hand over the top, but this fight is over, man. He's gonna get stopped. See, right there, he fell down. Right there, he fell in with the right hand, and then he ducked down so he wouldn't get hit in the back of the head, which is smart. But I mean, if you stay on your back foot, you don't have to worry about that. Stop falling in with your shots or with your head. Vargas needs to stop throwing that right hand to the body because he's getting time. He get time with every shot he throws to the body because he's so big. When he throws an uppercut, he just catches and shoots. He just catches and shoots. He's too big to be coming forward trying to be a Joe Frazier or a Mike Tyson. So my 10th round, I'm glad it didn't make it in the 10th round because I was gonna bet on this fight and I would have put like $50 in the 10th round. I probably would have lost. Well, probably I would have lost that shit. I probably would have did 10, 11, 12 though. I probably would have like 150, 10, 11, 12. The right to the body and then right uppercut is going to give Vargas. Uh, uh. You notice in the highlights, Mark, when he landed those shots, he was fighting like a big man. He caught him coming forward. It's not over yet. I'm still on my line. See, it was a short right hand that made him wobbly. He never saw that shot. But yeah, every time he's been dropped or caught, it was a right hand or a right hook because he leaves that big opening because he has his hands so low. It's there. It seems like Mark is going to knock him down again. Yeah, if he is basically his fight to win or lose. It could go 12 rounds or he could knock him out because it's there. His legs ain't there. You notice in the first couple rounds when he was throwing the right hand, it was hitting him on the shoulders. But now because all the body work and the punishment that he's took, it's there. It's like right there. Look, he's wobbly right now from a left hook. Not even the right hand. He definitely has a lot of heart, though. I'll give him that. He has a lot of heart. Then he's still going to the body. He ain't gave up on that game plan. And every time he goes to the body, he gets clipped because he has to sell out because he's so big. He has to lean to the side and wind his arms all the way back versus the other guy with the shorter arms just throw the punch from where it is. I mean, Nacho's a good trainer, but I mean, Eddie Futch taught Reddy Bo how to fight on the inside, how to not wind up with those type of shots. And like I said, this is not an adjustment he can make in the ring. He's gonna have to make it outside the ring. He's not even aware that every time he's coming forward, he's getting caught with the shot with the right hands. He fights his best fight when he's backing up, disciplined, and he has the other guy bouncing in front of him and can time him with the jab. But them legs ain't sturdy. I think he's waited too late to try to implement it. I think right now, he just wobbled. He just wobbled him. Vargas just caught him coming in. He caught him coming in, timed him off the bounce, and caught him with a left hook. It was a combination. But Magsayo is bouncing. This might go 12 rounds. Who's he talking to? Looked to the crowd and said something. I don't know who he was talking to. Oh, that was a fight just broke out. Magsayo got him trapped in the corner and tried to land the left hook. They said he tried to do a Euro step. He did. Come on, Magsayo, you hit your gloves. You want to be Manny Pacquiao? Let a fight break out. Let your hands go. Turn it into a dog fight. Mark has not learned how to cut the ring. Yeah, he does. He has horrible footwork. His footwork is his weakness. His footwork is how he can be beat because he tries to bounce like Manny Pacquiao. He doesn't cut the ring off, and then throws couple shots, and then every time he resets, he bounces again. Like he doesn't have a great understanding of boxing. But he's still young. He has time to learn. See, look, he just did something really smart. A lot of guys, whenever the big guy try to lean on him, like Vladimir Klitschko, he dipped under and rolled his knees outside the guy's shoulder and popped up, so he couldn't lean all his weight on him. Very, very, very smart. Now that I will say I was impressed with. The only weakness of Magsayo is his footwork. He lunges in with his feet. He didn't start from the ground up. I mean, but Freddie Roach did just he hadn't had him long, so maybe that has a lot to do with it. All right, we're getting into the championship rounds. Is it the last round? Damn, that shit went fast. He's like a poker player who always has a tail. Oh, that short right hand that he been catching them with. They're fighting. They both want to win the fight. It's going to be interesting who they say is going to win this fight because the rounds are really, really close, depending on what you like, what you're looking for in the fight. Different judges like different things. But Vargas was controlling the pace, and that's how I judge it. Our ring general shit. He was controlling the pace of the fight. He was very dominant early. And Freddie Roach's own trainer told him he was down. So if he gets a decision, he did get a knockdown too, though. Did he get two knockdowns? No, he only got one knockdown. Mark needs a knockout too. I agree. I agree. I agree, but I don't think I think that cake that's brewing is a robbery cake. And I think that we're gonna see a rematch between these two fighters. But I ain't gonna lie, this is a good fight, man. I'm kind of mad I didn't go. I should have went to this fight. This ended up being a really, really good fight. It's really exciting because both fighters take a lot of risk. They have a lot of offense, and when you open up for power, you open the power. So, I mean, a lot of them took a lot of risk in this fight. I was impressed with both fighters, to be honest with you. There's a lot of stuff that they did wrong, of course, but as far as the fight being, like I said, my biasness is the sport of boxing. This was an exciting fight. I could hear the fans like in the background going crazy. So this was good for the sport of boxing. He just lunged in like Manny Pacquiao and caught him with a left hook, a leaping left hook. I haven't. You know what's crazy? The leaping left hook is dead. I ain't seen too many boxers today do it. It was a thing back in the day. Mike Tyson, Floyd Patterson. I haven't seen too many fighters use that leaping left hook. David Tua even used to land it. I ain't seen too many fighters today. Yeah, this fight gonna end up going to decision. I'm glad I didn't bet, man. I was gonna be upset. He dropped him in the 10th round. I was like, damn, it looked like he gonna finish him in the 10th. I'm glad I didn't bet. I thought Vargas would be up in the fight because of geographics. Him being a longer guy, fighting his fight because he got Nacho. I knew Nacho would have a pretty good game plan. I ain't gonna lie, Nacho dropped the ball tonight, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Nacho's a great trainer, but their game plan was to land uppercuts to his body, and then doing so, he was open for power punches from the power puncher, the guy that punches harder than him. So that was a good fight. Both of the fighters raised their hand at the end. That last round they both were fighting like they were down in the. I don't know if Nacho told him he was down, but he was fighting like it. And I'm curious to see how this fight's going to turn out. Who's going to win the fight? Let's see. I'm curious to see. I'm kind of nervous too because I feel like boxing is going to be boxing. Let's see though. We in San Antonio. Let's see. I don't know who the judges are. Let me give them the benefit of the doubt that they'll do the right thing. Let's see. He's definitely selling it. He's definitely selling it. He has the demeanor of a guy that won the fight. Vargas. They just as curious as me. Hey, it's not a question of who landed the most punches if you was watching the fight. You don't even need no punch stats. They only do power punches. That's what made the fight so exciting. That it was a back and forth fight with both of them throwing power shots, taking risks. Yes, I don't feel that bad about tonight, man. I was gonna bet. I was gonna fucking bet. I'm glad I didn't. I was gonna bet on the 10th round knockout. I'm gonna blow $100 that fast. Split decision. Uh-oh. If it's split. Okay, here we go. Of course. It's split. Okay. Let's see. Mark. Mark. Oh, we got the fucking fight. Let's go. San Antonio, let's go. Let's fucking go. Damn, boxing, y'all been doing good this year. I can't even fucking lie to y'all. Y'all been doing good this year with y'all decisions. Hell, Canelo lost. Who would have ever fucking thought that would happen? Canelo lost a decision. They've been doing good this year, but god damn, that was a good fight. And the right guy won. I felt like he deserved to win the fight. And I think it's going to be an immediate rematch. And I think he might get knocked out in an immediate rematch. But yeah, that was a good one, man. I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. Um, Mark, I'm gonna probably call you when I get up out of here, man. I don't know if you're gonna do a live tonight, but that would be nice, man. I want to jump on there and you know what I'm saying, give my opinion. Oh shit, we can do it over here. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do, man. I'm just gonna get in this live though, this fighting live. But that was good though. I ain't gonna lie. Good for the sport of boxing. If there were fresh eyes on our sport tonight, they turned this fight on and they watched it. The right guy won. It's good for our sport. It kills those narratives that the wrong guy always wins and the home cooking is boxing is doing good. We had a good year of boxing, man. But anyway, man, I'm gonna end this live as the boxing scholar. I'm out.